Hey guys, your boy 188 here. I'm going to be doing a race in China for the 2013 Chinese Grand Prix this weekend, and I'm going to be driving as the person who took his first Grand Prix win, and that is Nico Rosberg. So yeah, 25%, which is 14 laps, custom legend difficulty, and the weather is dynamic. As it always is, and safety car is on, as also it is. So yeah, and what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to give you a track guide before I start the race and all that, so that you can get an idea of the track. So yeah, so you can get an idea of the track that I'm driving. Yeah.
Okay, so here we are, a lap of Shanghai in China. The last corner coming up. Don't clip any curbs here, because you want to open up this straight with the DRS and the final burst of curves as well before that fresh allocation sees you on another lap. Now towards turn one, a difficult corner this one. Feed the car in at high speed and you lose downforce and speed the whole way through the corner. Keep it in the middle of the track, and then at turn two, pinch it in and find those apexes. Turn three, the track dips away from you. Very easy to lock up the front wheels there as well, so watch out for that. Now as the track rises up the hill through turn 5 into turn 6, a great overtaking opportunity come race day. Down into second gear, hug the inside corner and watch that oversteer on the exit. That will lose you time and risk damaging your tyres. Now in towards turn 7, a flat out left-hander. Ease it back though, because the right-hander that follows tightens up right at the exit, and you want to keep the car to the right-hand side here to open up turns 9 and 10. This fantastic double left corner, not running out too wide on the exit curve there. That will spit the car off, or potentially come race day when the rear tyres are worn. Now towards the tight left-hander of turn 11 and 12. This right corner is very tricky to feed the power on. It's the opposite of turn 1, where you're building up the speed through the corner and you get that luxury, the downforce build up as you exit. Now on the run down towards turn 14, this long back straight, DRS is open, a brilliant overtaking opportunity come race day as well, and one that's very hard to defend if you're in front. Now first gear, one of the tightest corners on the track, 50 miles an hour roughly at the apex, and as you run up the hill towards the final corner, you don't want to take too much of the curve there. It's very sharp on the left hand side, and let the car run out all the way and a bit more towards the start finish line.
So there we go guys, that was a lap of China, and here we go. And I've got to do that for 14 laps in this Mercedes. So yeah, so what I was thinking of doing next week, I was thinking of adding sort of my the setups, you know, because I think most F1 YouTubers usually have setups, usually have their own setups. I don't, because I use the default one, so I'm thinking of doing that. Please comment if you think it's a good idea or not, you know. If not, then I'll keep on, because I'm thinking of starting off using the internet for, you know, ideas of getting the perfect lap at specific tracks. So yeah, comment if you think it's a good idea, and yeah, if you got setups of your own, then send them in, and I think and then that'll be really appreciated. So yeah, I'm going to start on the option tyres. I'm going to be using the default setup, which is very high, very low top speed and downforce. And yeah, so yeah, starting 5th. Here we go, guys.
All set.
Lovely yellow sort of gloves there. Sort of matches Rosberg's helmet there. Very nice. So there we go. Hamilton starts on pole position. There's my teammate, and there I am in 5th place. So here we go, guys. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's go, go, go! As we are away in China, getting a good start. Getting a good start off the line as we're coming into turn 1, getting boxed out by Grosjean there. As I'm running wide there to take just running wide so I can gain some positions. And oh, we've got a crash going on. Alonso spins out. Alonso's out. Alonso's in the wall, and that means I move up into 3rd place. Dramas at the first couple of corners there. Bitter luck for the Ferrari driver there. Just not going his way. Not going his way today. Didn't happen in not went his way in Malaysia, and that's not went his way in China now. That's sad. So coming into this double left corner, got Felipe Massa hot on my heels as I'm blocking him off. I'm blocking him off coming into this corner, going into the middle of the track, so to make it harder for Massa to pass as we're coming down the long straight. Remember, the Mercedes is the quickest down the straight, so will that play into my strengths throughout this 14-lap race here in China as we're coming down the long straight, 190 miles an hour, about to brake at the 150, and braking at the 150 as I've almost run wide there, almost outbraked myself there as we're coming up to the final corner here in Shanghai to start lap 2 out of 14. So here we go, 1:45.1 there, and the gap between me and Grosjean's 1.8. So I've got to really start wheeling him in if I want to win this. So I'm gonna put my fuel up to rich and see what we can do with Grosjean for these next couple of laps. So the first Grand Prix, which is the 3rd Grand Prix of the 19-round season in China. Yeah, I like this track. It's alright. It's produced some great memories. I remember. I think the best one from the Chinese Grand Prix history was I think 2010. Yeah, 2010 was my best Chinese Grand Prix to watch because it was so amazing. You know, especially Lewis. You know, that comeback drive was epic. You know, especially when he passed 2 cars into that hairpin there. It was so unbelievable. It was so amazing when he did it, and you know that drive summarised Lewis Hamilton's career and his racing in a nutshell. So yeah, that was my favourite Grand Prix, and plus it was won by a decent driver, and that was Jenson Button. And then after that, 2011, like I said, Lewis Hamilton won the race. Thanks to, I think tyres helped him out, and yeah, he managed to win the race. So yeah, that was good. And then 2012, obviously, Nico Rosberg just pulling away, being out in front for like 20 seconds, and then just winning the race. But then further back, Jenson Button having pit stop problems, that dropped him back down, I think, to 6th or 7th. And then he managed after that to fight his way back up to 2nd place, followed by Lewis Hamilton, who also made his way up to 3rd as well, passing the 2 Red Bulls on the final couple of laps. So yeah, this track's held some great memories here, and hopefully this year we'll see a really great race, and one that I hopefully will be massively excited about. As watching it, yeah. So yeah, coming into this little chicane here, starting to drop back from Grosjean. I don't know why. I've been trying to close down Grosjean for a couple of laps, but I don't know. I've been trying so hard. But here comes Raikkonen. Raikkonen's gonna have a move. I'm blocking him off. I'm going to the left there. You're only allowed to make one defensive move as we're coming down the long straight. We're braking really hard into the hairpin here, slowing everyone down as we make our way out that hairpin into this final corner to start lap 4 out of 14. 140.8 as we're coming down the straight, going to the middle of the track to stay defensive.
Michael's the fastest man on the track.
Also running wide, running a bit wide there. Got to be careful, otherwise you never know, someone could take the position off me. So yeah, what's been going on in my life, Jabba boy? Well, on Monday I actually went go-karting. I went to the indoor go-karting in Camberley. I mean, it was actually quite fun. Really amazing. It felt really fast, you know, because it was my first. It was my first go-karting, and it felt really fast, you know. Especially when you're going up to say like 30 and 40 miles an hour, it just felt so fast. I had to sometimes on the first and second lap I have to back off. Like I had to brake as here comes Raikkonen. Raikkonen's gonna go straight. Here comes Raikkonen. Raikkonen going really far out to the right there as we're gonna move a little bit to the left there. Coming down the straight. Here we go. Raikkonen, we're gonna brake hard down to the hairpin there. As we outbrake Raikkonen and I keep third place there. Coming into the hairpin there, really struggling, getting a load of understeer here on the Mercedes. It's just weird. Really weird here for the Mercedes of Rosberg. So coming down into this sort of hairpin here. So yeah, I went go-karting. It was actually my first time. Had some fun. Yeah, really. On my first one, it was sort of like get your hands wet, get your feet wet, sort of thing like that. Sort of getting to know the car, sort of thing. But then by the second session, oh by the way, there was two sessions, 2 15-minute sessions. So yeah, on the first session I beat my dad by I think like a second. I don't know. I think second. My dad I think was near the bottom. So yeah, sucks for him. Bummer for him there. But then on the second session of my 30-minute session, I actually had some fun out there. I really did. I was pushing it really hard, and I think almost a bit too hard there. And yeah, it felt really good, you know. Yeah. So yeah. But in the end, my dad beat me by a couple of tenths. Sucks, but you know, he's been driving for so long on the road, so yeah, I can't. So yeah, I knew he was gonna probably beat me. So yeah, sucks, but you know, what can you do? So coming round to the final corner here to start lap 6 out of 14 here in China, here in Shanghai. As Grosjean and Schumacher pulling away, I think about a couple of half a second here. So yeah, really, I don't think I'll be able to catch them, just judging by the speed, unless they get like drive-throughs or they retire from engine problems and all that. I don't think I'll be able to close them down. So yeah, I think I might have to start. I'm gonna start fuel saving now, because I don't want to run out of fuel in the final couple of laps. So I'm gonna save my fuel. I'm not gonna go pushing. I'm not gonna go like absolutely pedal to the metal after them. I'm just gonna save my fuel for a bit. Maybe if we're lucky, maybe we can close them down in the final couple of laps. But yeah, just really struggling with these options. I'm trying to I'm trying to really make these tyres work, but they're just not really coming. I'm not really getting the grip that I'm after. Instead, I'm just getting buckets load of understeer here. As Raikkonen's getting a little run. He goes to the left there, gets DRS, and there we go, takes me easily. And here comes Massa. Is it going to be two cars passing me into the hairpin? Is it going to be 2 cars in a row? No, it isn't. As I stay in 4th place. And there we go. Raikkonen's in the pits. As here comes Massa. I'm going to have to use my curves. Going to have to use my rich fuel as we're coming down the long straight. Here comes Massa. I'm going to the inside there as we are heading into this lovely hairpin there, but just getting loads of understeer there. Really hate a car that understeers a lot, because I really do hate a car that understeers a lot, because I'm sort of a person that likes the car to grip all the time, you know. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of understeer, you know. It's just not, you know, understeer. Understeer is not a good way of making you go faster. It just makes you slower, to be honest. So yeah, and it's common in front-wheel drive cars. So yeah. So coming down the main straight, I'm gonna allow Massa through. I know he's quicker than me, so I'm gonna allow him through. I'm not gonna go hammer and tong with him. He's quicker than me. So there we go. Coming into the pit lane, so I'm gonna pit for prime tyres. Hopefully these primes should be better than the options. I'm really hoping they are, because if not, then I'm gonna be screwed. So here we go. Oh no, a slow pit stop as Massa's ahead, as I'm down to 6th place. Can we get ahead of Button there into first corner? Yes, we are ahead of Button as we're coming into the first corner and taking Massa easily there, as he's got cold tyres. Massa having a little run, oh, as they spin out there in the second corner, at the second corner of the lap there in China. And Massa's off. Button's off, I'm off the track as well. It's getting crazy here. Cold tyres. Coming into turn 6. Yeah, turn 6. Coming into turn 6 here. Getting running a bit wide there, just picking up a little bit of understeer. Button there closing up on me. I'm just trying so hard to make these tyres work, but it just doesn't want to grip. It doesn't want to. I think it's the setup. I really do think it's the setup. Damn it! I should have gone for the high and low setup. God damn it. Just gonna be using my cockpit view for a bit here, down the straight. As we're coming down the straight here, Button, I'm gonna move him to the left. Oh, Button's lost his front wing there. As I was trying out my the cockpit views, I wasn't doing any dirty defensive moves there on him. So yeah, that sucks for him, but I'm up for him there. As we're coming out of the pit lane, here comes the Force India. It is Hulkenberg into 4th. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. He must have had a good stint there. Alright, okay, yeah. Alright, the fight's on, me and Hulkenberg. Hell yeah.
Be aware you've got a reserve of fuel and can afford to use more to up your pace if you feel it's needed.
Oh, and about that defensive move, that actually reminds me of a story that happened this on Saturday. It actually made me so pissed off, though. It actually made me so angry. Sorry about the rude language there. It actually made me so angry when I did do it. Basically, what happened was I was racing with me and my buddy Valdudes, and we were coming down the Mulsanne Straight. This is actually in Le Mans, by the way, so we were coming down the main straights. I thought he was going to go to the outside, because I was doing sort of the defense. I was doing sort of the inside defensive move that sometimes drivers do when they're getting slipstreamed. I thought he was going to go. I thought he was going to go to the left, but he went to the right. And I don't know why he went to the right there. It was weird. So yeah, I was expecting him to go to the right, and he went to the right, and yeah, he crashed into me, and then he kicked me out of the party after that. Kicked me out of the lobby after that. So yeah, it pretty much sucked. But you know, it's one of those things. You know, you've got to be careful with one of those moves. You've got to be careful with those type of moves, because you know, you never know where the driver's going to go. You know, so yeah. So you really need to be careful. I think you might have. I think when you're doing those sort of moves, you need to be prepared to go to the left or the right. So yeah, I think do it when you're doing that move. Do it when the driver is starting to close you down. Then do it, because I think, you know, I think it was just an knee-jerk reaction between both of us. So yeah, we've talked, we've did all that, and we're now best friends now. So yeah, we've decided to say it was like a blow. It was sort of like an knee-jerk reaction. We decided we moved on from that. So yeah, sucked that that accident had to happen. But you know, it's one of those things. It can happen anytime. You know. So yeah. So coming down that straight there was Raikkonen passed me down the straight there. Sucked really, because I wanted that third. I really want that third place badly. I'm gonna try and see if I can fight him I'm gonna try and see if I can get him back. But no, not close enough. Just trying so hard to get back on his bumper, so I can have a chance of getting DRS and passing him.
The car behind is running on the option tyre. They have the advantage.
It's coming into this corner. Oh, also, what happened this week as well, on Monday, on the same day I went go-karting, a new trailer has been announced as I run wide there. I'm going to use my flashback. Going to use my flashback there. Gonna use my flashback because just to have another go at that corner. So yeah, a new movie trailer was out on Monday. It was the new movie for Rush, which comes out on September, I think 13th. Yeah, 13th. And it's a movie about the rivalry of Niki Lauda and James Hunt in the '76 season. Of course, James Hunt won the championship in Fuji. In treacherous conditions, and yeah, can't wait to see that movie. That it looks really good, and if you have any heart, any soul, I recommend you do watch it, because it almost put a tear in my eye, especially the accident especially when Nicky had that accident in '76. Yes, I know it's acting and all that, but it's really touching, you know. And it's directed by the guys who did the Apollo 13. So if you like Apollo 13, you've definitely got to go and see that movie. So yeah. And also, I'm gonna show you the trailer. I'm gonna show you the trailer on my vlog. So if you want to see it, I'll show you on the on Sunday on my vlog for my race review of the Chinese Grand Prix. And yeah, but if not, links in the description below. Hope you guys will enjoy that. And yeah, so coming down the main straight here into this hairpin here, as Master's starting to close me down here, inch by inch, tenth by tenth. I'm just trying so hard to keep Massa behind. As here comes Massa, I'm gonna move to the middle here. I'm not gonna push him onto the grass there. I'm just gonna move to the middle of the track here. We're braking really hard there, running wide. Here comes Massa. Massa's gonna try and get me up that corner. But no, not close enough. As we make our way round to lap 13 out of 14, 2 to go here. As we're coming into turn 1, into 2, and then into 3. Taking it nice and tight as we make our way round that left-hander. Past 5 up to 6. Barton there setting the fastest lap, 1:37. Jesus Christ, 1:37. I'm doing 1:40s. Wow, oh my God. Jesus Christ. Right. Well, I'm only 7/10 quicker than my personal best, so that's good. Making our way round onto the main straight here. Long straight here. As there is Hulkenberg closed me down with DRS. Braking at the 150 metre board. Oh, running wide there, getting loads of understeer there. Here comes Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg going to the inside. Is Hulkenberg going to do a Lewis Hamilton there on the final lap? On the white flag lap? But no, not going to do it. Make our way round to turn 3. Into 4. Into 5. Braking hard as we make our way round 6.
Watch out for the car behind. He's only 2 seconds down on you. He might try and overtake if you make a mistake.
Making our way around 7 as we are starting to pull away from the Hulkenberg train there, which I think was started by me there. I think Hulkenberg's tyres must have worn out now. I think that's the reason why he's dropping back from me. So yeah, I think I've got 4th place covered. I don't think Hulkenberg's going to close me down unless I make a mistake on the final couple of corners. As we make our way down the main straight, DRS, no DRS for me there, but I think DRS for the rest of the train behind me there. coming around the final corner to take 4th place here in China. Great win, great 4th place for Nico Rosberg. Wasn't good enough to be a podium, but tried my absolute. But you know, you're gonna have one of those races once in a while where you're not on the podium. So yeah, I'll take 4th. There we go. Fastest lap 139.9. There was my teammate Michael Schumacher taking the victory there. 2nd was Grosjean, 3rd was Raikkonen, 4th was Rosberg, 5th was Hulkenberg, 6th was Massa, 7th was Perez, 8th was Senna, 9th was Verne, 10th was Webber, 11th was Alonso, who span out at the 2nd corner, and 12th is Daniel Ricciardo. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys later. Bye bye YouTube.